Raila Amolo Odinga and his people had a rally in Vihiga. This was a homecoming for the Vihiga Senator, Osotsi. Now, this rally that occurred in Vihiga, it was significant in its own way. When I listened to what was said, how it happened, and what is happening in the country, I see it as a significant event that we have to take serious as Kenyans. In this particular event, so many leaders spoke, but I want to be specific on what Raila Amolo Odinga said and what is the effect of what he said at that event. But before I do so, please, if this is the first time you're watching our videos, make sure that you subscribe, like, and comment, because that is the best support you can always give this channel. Listen to this.
Muliona juzi mtu mwingine anabweka kule. Anabweka tio, timeweka mitego. Nimeweka mitego kila mahali. Hawezi kupenya. Hawezi kuingia mahali yote. Simuliona hiyo jamaa? Simuliona? Mtego aina gani? Tendawili. 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 Mtego wa panya kuingia waliomo na wasiokwemo. Hiyo ndio hiyo mtego ya Gachagua. Aliweka mtego kule kwa State House. Anawekea baba mtego. Ati hakuna mambo ya handshake. Hakuna mambo ya nusu mkati. Ako wapi sasa Gachagua? Ako wapi?
Now, that is Raila Amolo Odinga speaking. From his speech, there are some things I learned there. And one of them is this. It is that Raila Amolo Odinga's interest on local politics still is the first priority. He does not let any event to pass, and he always ensures that he is testing the ground right now and then. From his speech, Raila Amolo Odinga is very clear that in 2027, ODM will be hugely, immensely involved in the Kenyan politics. And that means, according to him, ODM is going to form government. Now, from that statement alone, there are a few things we can learn. One, it is that either Raila Amolo Odinga has sensed defeat in the AUC, or Raila Amolo Odinga has a serious agreement with William Ruto, which involves presenting a presidential candidate or even a deputy president come 2027. And the way things are going, probably Kithure Kindiki is going to be dumped in 2027. So therefore, the Kithure Kindiki and Mount Kenya East should be afraid. They should be afraid in the sense that if Raila Amolo Odinga goes the way and everything that he said there is taken serious, he's going to produce a deputy president in this country for William Ruto. Why am I saying so? Saying that ODM is going to form government. You can't form government without producing someone in the presidency. Never. Never. Which means there'll be a coalition of UDA and ODM, and probably a candidate will, if William Ruto is going to be supported by Raila Amolo Odinga, then the candidate is going to come up. As a running mate, Raila Amolo Odinga will have a huge say. So that means Raila Amolo Odinga is not leaving the local politics. He might not be participating locally in terms of campaigning if he wins the EU seat, but if he loses, Raila Amolo Odinga will immensely be involved in the Kenyan politics. Another thing I noted from this is this. Raila Amolo Odinga is determined to include youths in his team. The only problem he has done is not to include popular youths. He has gone for someone like Samuel, who was earlier on branded by the Gen Z that he is a traitor. Despite trying to defend himself, up to now it is very clear that he is a traitor. And as we speak right now, Raila Amolo Odinga is working with Samuel whenever he goes. We have seen photos of him in a chopper with ODM people. So therefore, Samuel is officially in ODM. He's moving the Raila Amolo Odinga across the country to try and at least get youths on board. So that means that Raila Amolo Odinga is scared on the group of the youths that right now is anti-government. Raila Amolo Odinga is going to calculate and see how he's going to win the youths of this country who are anti-Ruto. How he's going to ensure that he has gotten them to his side. That means they are scared of the youths. If the youths of this country decide, who are the majority of course, if they decide to vote against Raila Amolo Odinga and Ruto, they're going on very early in the morning. They just need some slight supplement from Mount Kenya. So Raila Amolo Odinga, from his speech, he wants the youth to come on board, which is affecting immensely. I wish you could have left Agna Sifuna to drive the narrative about the youths, because Raila Amolo Odinga is old. Which youth is he bringing on board? Now, if you also look at this closely, when Raila Amolo Odinga was speaking, it was not received or maybe warmly cheered the way it used to be cheered before. And if you look at that crowd, uniforms are all over. ODM branding is all over. Indicating clearly that Raila Amolo Odinga's influence has gone down immensely. And as you speak right now, in 2027, Raila Amolo Odinga is not going to be so effective on the ground the way he used to be. He's not going to be. He's not going to be. Because the people who turned out, most of them were in uniform. That means they were paid to come on board. When Raila Amolo Odinga used to make speeches, he used to make a speech, but you realize people are really cheering him on, enjoying his speeches, and doing very well. But right now, the ground is not the same again. Another thing I noted, Raila Amolo Odinga passed a message to Mount Kenya region that him and Ruto combined, they are ready to face Gachagua on the mountain. They are ready to face Gachagua on the mountain. The courage that Raila Amolo Odinga was addressing at Gachagua's impeachment shows very well that Raila Amolo Odinga first had a hand and they have themselves security. Then I asked myself, who was the enemy of Gachagua? Who is the enemy of Gachagua? Who is Gachagua fighting here? Is it Ruto, Raila, or Uhuru? But I did a video extensively on that. I don't want to talk about that. But the fact remains that Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto have combined efforts to ensure that they face the mountain head on. And therefore I pose this question to the mountain people. Are you ready to face Raila Amolo Odinga and William Ruto combined in 2027? Because Raila Amolo Odinga is rejoicing that Rigathi Gachagua is home. Because if you check from all angles, what did Rigathi Gachagua do to Raila Amolo Odinga? Nothing significant. Nothing big that you can say this can cause an impeachment or can cause Rigathi Gachagua to be completely kicked out of government. There's nothing completely. Nothing. Because if it's saying Mitego, that's a common language. Even William Ruto said the same thing, that he's not going to allow an handshake. That's the same thing. He told Raila Amolo Odinga that we know you, how you do things, how you be doing them. So it is very clear, as we speak today, that Rigathi Gachagua did not do anything big, that Raila Amolo Odinga was supposed to participate immensely in the impeachment motion. And that means there's a hidden plan that Rigathi Gachagua must look from the third eye, must zoom in very closely. Because if you see such a kind of a bold declaration, Raila Amolo Odinga, that they ensured Rigathi Gachagua is home, where he said that nani yako nyumbani, Raila was trying to show that Gachagua aliguza nyuki zikampiga. Another takeaway from Vihiga's event, it is that Ruto has parted ways with the mountain, and that is focused to ensure that he has gotten the ODM support base on his side. And that means he is going to fully back most of the things that are going to be said by the ODM, give protection and resources to move across the country, especially to the strongholds of ODM and Raila Amolo Odinga at large. But do you think this is going to help William Ruto come 2027? Let me see in the comment section. Please interact with me. Thank you so much for those who've been watching. My name is Abel Mukwa. Keep following for the videos we do here, because that is the best support you can just give this channel. See you next time for more videos.